Alright then, everything should be working correctly. So hello everyone, Zokeo here, back again on the Nukeshot Motorsport channel. Been a while, I know. Welcome to episode 13 of Random Race Commentary. So, of course, formula we haven't done in a while. I know it's a very popular one on the channel, so I'd bring it back. As you may read in the title, it's actually the 2-year anniversary of the Nukeshot Endurance series today, which I was told about a week ago that it was coming up, so decided to do something a bit special for the return, or rather that particular event. So thought, what better way of doing this? I'll be broadcasting a TSR Tuesday event a bit later on half the race gone. Be sure to check that out as well. But let's jump into the action that we have going on at the moment. We have several cars on track. We have Filter, we have Sergio, Bat, Patrick, Kondo, Bartek, Suckerproof, GKN, Crazy John, person that you may recognize on the channel, Angel 1, Brandon, another person you may recognize, as well as Ghost Warrior, regular to this series, V1R, Skinny, Dynamic Carbon, another regular rocking that Ferrari. So again, we've got plenty of people, and yeah, hope that you enjoy the coverage and stuff that we're going to bring of this. It's going to be some great banter. We've got 5 laps prepped for Largo Maggiore. We've got a 5-minute qualifying session before that, so it should be enough for around 3 laps or so, but we'll have to see how it goes. We're about to get things started, I think. So of course, a circuit that everyone should be very, very familiar with. It's been in game since day 1. So going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in this lobby full of complete randoms. Fantastic international grid as well. Plenty of Europeans. Got a Canadian in there as well with Suckerproof. So plenty of variety. Still got a couple spaces if anyone is joining. Swablu has just joined. Hopefully we'll be having the stream on for a little while, so we can continue having some races and have people keep filtering through. Brandon currently chasing down Angel 1. Aston Martin versus Renault RS01. Looks like the Aston has the legs on the straights. We know the RS01 is more of a handling machine, but very, very tricky to master is the Renault. They're making their way down to Spag Bowl. Brandon just about manages to get the car stopped nicely. It was a little bit wide, but manages to keep the position, as there's Bartek. They've been struggling a lot in that Ferrari. It's again a car that requires a bit of setup, tuning and such, bit of experience, something that Dynamic Carbon might have a bit more in with that in his iGTL Dynamic Esports car. Gonna quickly check to make sure everyone's on circuit. Yep, everyone is here. We are starting qualifying, whether they like it or not. This is going to be some great banter. It really is. Qualifying, and we're looking at some trees on a car park. Alright, interesting choice. Here we go, some cars. Oh, someone. Oh, that's Carbon. Carbon stuck with a bit of a pit lane glitch. Oh dear. Oh dear. And he's on his way out now, so it fixed itself over time. Good thing that I have mechanical damage off on this occasion. Boost has been set to weak to keep the racing a little bit closer than some proper league races. Oh my lord, what's Brandon doing? So it's going to be Crazy John on the outlap here. They're going to be the first to set a time, more than likely, if they can keep it together. Interesting choice of car for them, the Volkswagen GTI Roadster VGT. Of course, the only Group 3 car to not feature a roof. Doesn't feature a halo either, so the FYA is going to have a fit. Bit like Swablu's Wi-Fi, as he noted in the chat. And of course CJ already picks up a 0.5 second penalty because he is Corner Cut McGee after all. Someone has apparently been registered as a head note. They just dropped back. Angel, perhaps going to be a strong contender. We'll have to see how they go. A lot of these people are unknowns, of course. It'll be interesting to monitor them. Carbon there, and there's a bit of overtaking. Oh, Skinny going wide, nearly takes out people. It seemed like there was a bit of netcode involved with that. But there's chaos at Spag Ball. Cars going off. As the first cars are going to be going on to their laps. Gonna go on board with Crazy John. Oh, he messed up. He's nearly going into the pit lane. Commentator's curse. I'm sorry about that one, CJ. We're gonna go on board anyway for the first lap of the circuit. So as you can see, Lago Maggiore, the GP layout, very tight first complex of turns 1 and 2. Turn 2 being the slowest on the circuit, that hairpin. Turn 3, you need a very wide entry, and also you need to be able to get a wide entry for turn 4 as well, so it's about compromise as you go through there. A bit shaky over the curb, but nevertheless he's on the straight, making his way down to the triple right-hander. A corner which I have a lot of experience at understeering at. CJ showing why he is a better driver than I am. Heading up towards the S's in the middle of the circuit. All about rhythm and flow here. CJ getting it just about dead on. Making his way on to the back straight. Then watch the elevation change here as you go through the dip leading up to Spag Ball corner. Named such because of the banking. You can carry so much more speed, as you can see on the miles per hour gauge, than you would expect from a corner that tight. Then uphill through a couple kinks and into the last sector he goes. Another section which requires rhythm with consecutive corners. Seems to get that hooked up quite nicely. Heading up towards the final corner. Easy to carry too much speed and overrun it. Easy to also not maximize exit. CJ does a very good job with that. What's their time going to be? It's going to be a 1:55.071. Swablu is lagging a fair bit on circuit there. They set... I didn't say... Oh there. Yeah, okay, Swablu's dying. Sucker Proof with a 1:57.5. Virus, I just noticed that's their name on here. In the Monster Energy Subaru. They're currently second, still 1.2 seconds off the pace, but that's a 1:56.2. Bat is in third at the moment. I believe they're in the blue and orange Nissan GTRs. That's Shiny going off at turn 2. So Sucker Proof demoted to 4th. After the first laps have been set, Skinny somehow 5th despite being a bit all over the circuit at the moment. Slide McGee's all round 0.5 second penalty for that one. as this might be why some of these guys are struggling to set faster laps. They're fighting in qualifying for track position. Here we see Ghost Warrior, Virus and Angel making their way through the S's. There's only one line through here that's qualifying speed really, as there's contact between the Mercedes and the Renault. Hello to Felix in the chat. Greetings from holiday. Of course, hope you are enjoying your time out there wherever you may be in the world. Certainly couldn't tell that he was gone because you've been very active on Discord and such recently. Virus gets it wrong. Out of the uphill section into the wall they go. CJ improves on their time as the checkered flag was out for qualifying. That's a 1:54.0, 2 seconds faster than anyone else at this point. Swablu finally sets a time. That's a 1:54.4. That's a very solid time by them. Suckerproof has set a new best as well. That's 1:56.6. Virus about to come up across the line. They were scrapping around a fair bit. It looks like they're not going to be able to improve. Who else do we actually have left to improve? We have Kondo, who's making their way around. I think they're going to be the last one to cross the line. They've picked up a 0.5 second penalty, and looking at the time, they are not going to improve on this. So pole position for this race goes to Crazy John, 4 tenths ahead of Swablu, who'll be lining up alongside them on the front row of the grid. That is my kind of holiday, to be fair, Felix, just laying around being lazy. That's basically what I do at home, but it's still nice. I can't fault you for that. Qualifiers officially ended. Here are your results. They can also see who picked up penalties throughout the session. And the finals about to get underway here at Lago Maggiore. As you can see, it's the Volkswagen on pole with Crazy John for Volex Esports, the bright green car of Swallow. He did tell me he had a green car. Fair enough, it's very green indeed. Virus landing in 3rd, Bat 4th, Suckerproof 5th, Skinny in 6th. We're about to get racing here at the Lago. F's in chat for some people. I think someone's jumped the start in the back. It's green, 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 and the cars are off. Look at the start from Suckerproof. CJ really bogs down off the line. Swablu up into the lead. It looks like Suckerproof's going to try and go down the inside. They know they can't quite manage to get it done. Ghost Warrior runs a bit onto the grass. So does Virus. So Virus dropping positions. Ghost Warrior goes off onto the grass as they're pushed out wide. It's an absolute swarm of locusts out there. They make their way through turn 4, just about keeping it on the circuit through there. Swablu still leads. It looks like Sucker might be looking to the inside. They can't quite find the momentum. CJ, bit of a slide. Oh, Angel with the slide as well. It's 4 wide at the back momentarily. Unbelievable scenes. Now they're starting to go a bit more single file as they go through the S's. I did mention it's pretty much one line, although Bat looking to get past Ghost Warrior can't quite get it to work. As they make their way onto the back straight for the first time. Swablu's starting to get a little bit of a gap, while CJ is looking to the inside of Spagball corner. He's overshot it and there's contact. That's him and Swablu around. And that is going to cost them both their chances at winning this one. You've got to think that has promoted Suckerproof, the only non-European in this race, up into 1st, with Skinny now in 2nd. Nico Rosberg fan 6 has joined the lobby, of course. So Skinny C in 2nd at the moment. Virus has managed to gain quite a lot of positions despite what happened earlier on. They did drop quite a lot at the start of the race, but they're now back up to third in a podium position. Skinny's picked up a 0.5 second penalty here, and it looks like Virus is going to try and challenge down the inside into turn 1. They're going to have to be solid on the brake. No, they can't quite get it done, although Ghost Warrior again running a little bit deep into turn 1. GKN having to defend a bit from that in that GTR. Running onto the grass. Could that affect their exit? Is that going to get a cutback? Looks like it. They're alongside. As Virus has actually managed to get up into second from a bit of a skirmish. And as GKN running onto the grass, they're going to understeer from that, and they've lost a heap of positions. So yeah, Virus up into second place. Starting to get a little bit of a gap over Skinny C, who's still got a penalty to serve. Ghost Warrior and CJ. CJ's managed to catch up quite a lot. He's back up to 4th after that recovery. Swablu up to 6th. So perhaps it isn't over after all for the Mad Greed. He's now sizing up Skinny to a podium position. This is where he got it wrong before. Will he get it right? He can't quite get it down the inside there, but safer option, you gotta say. Swablu up into 5th. It'll be putting a bit of pressure on CJ as well, making their way through the uphill right and then left. Or left then right. Again, I can't get my directions correct to save my life. And indeed, no Porsches on the grid. Unfortunate to see. Even I would say that's unfortunate, as CJ's ran wide. It looked like there was a little bit of chaos going on throughout the order. Bet has managed to find himself up to 5th. Skinny C has completely binned it. They've ran wide on the final corner. They've dropped down to 8th and could easily drop down to 9th now that Angel's on their inside. Through all of this, Suckerproof has managed to run away with it. Certainly not being involved in any scraps has saved him a lot of time, despite the fact that the boost has been set on weak. As there's major incident in the back. Gonna have to check out what happened here. So it's just complete chaos. There you can see Angel getting it wrong right into GKN with a 3.5 second penalty now, and I don't think we've got collision penalties on, so I think that must have been from just corner cutting. They see Suckerproof, 3.5 second lead that they have. Crazy John looking to overtake Virus to try and eat into that gap. He's gone down the inside of the S's, and CJ's just about got it done, has he? Yep. Now, how will the Volkswagen fare against the Subaru in a straight line? We'll have to see. They're making their way down to Spag Bowl again. Seems to be able to keep the position for now. Swablu, 4th. We'll be hoping to try and benefit by catching up to the Virus. So, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th pretty much broke away from the trailing pack, which is led by Ghost Warrior at the moment. Ghost Warrior, there you see them in the Nations Cup Turkey machine. Winner of the Real Life Nations Cup. They're taken out by Angel. Angel now with a 4-second penalty. You see the gap really starting to come down now that CJ has managed to get ahead. Suckerproof now down to 2.1 seconds. Swablu and Virus coming together as contact as well there. Swablu's managed to find their way through. What about Bat? Oh! And Virus has spun round because of that contact. So Virus drops down the order all the way down to last from that impact. As that's Ghost Warrior going wide on the exit of turn 4. So they lose positions. They're now down to 6th. And it looks like Angel again. Angel's driving really aggressively here. They're probably going to be kicked out of the lobby post-race. Have to see how it goes. Suckerproof The gap now 1.6, not quite that 1.3 that CJ needs for the slipstream, and CJ's got a 0.5 second penalty for corner cutting, making his way down to Spag Bowl, see if he can carry more speed than the Canadian up ahead of him. Not using any of the exit curb really. Swablu doing a bit of a better job with that, as there's mayhem going off at Spag Bowl. That is Angel again going off, taking a couple cars with him it seems. And Angel has decided to leave the lobby of their own accord, probably best for the safety of all the drivers here. So Bat now up into 4th, sort of leading this little group which is formed. So the top 3 are the group that have broken away a bit, even though Swablu on a bit of an island by himself at this particular point. Here you can see them in 3rd in the very aerodynamic green machine. And random race commentary should be happening for a little while. Plan to do it up until, what, 30 minutes or so before the TSR race starts or something like that, I think. Because I'm commentating that as well a bit later on. So, of course, check that out when you can. Or when I get around to it anyway. CJ looking to the inside of the triple right. Gonna go on board with the Mad Greek, making their way up towards the S's. We're on the final lap of the race here at the Largo. You can see the Volkswagen able to take just enough curb in order to carry more speed than the BMW. Bit of a nudge midway through. We'll have the slipstream. Now will Suckerproof defend the inside line.com? Indeed they do. CJ has to go to the outside. It is possible with the banking of Spag Bowl corner to go around the outside. They brake, and it looks like CJ's gonna get the cutback. He does, and CJ up into the lead of the race, but he still has that 0.5 second penalty to serve, which is going to be crucial to see whether he can do that. Swablu coming under pressure from Bat. So the battle for 3rd is still alive, although Bat with a 0.5 second penalty. And there you see Ghost Warrior up into 5th as well, so we've had quite a few retirements this race. Can Suckerproof stay with CJ? The gap is over that 5/10, although I think that will go up to a second penalty if he doesn't serve it by the end of the race. We'll have to see. Crazy John coming up to the line. Will he serve it on the line? No, he doesn't, but he's got the gap anyway. It is indeed Crazy John who wins the first race here of episode 13 of Random Race Commentary. Congratulations to them. Suckerproof looked so strong throughout that race. Couldn't quite hang on to the victory, but gallant effort from them. Swablu taking the final podium position, so congratulations to them. Yeah, that was great banter. This is when I allow a track vote and I see what the public want. Okay, so we got a couple different votes, non-recurring I think at this point. I think 2 votes for Nürburgring Nordschleife, 2 for Dragon Trail Seaside, so it's going to be either of those two it's looking like. Nürburgring or Dragon Trail, either could be very, very good races. It's going to be Nürburgring, so it's going to be a 1-lap shootout. Probably going to have qualifying off, just have a reverse grid for this particular one, just because qualifying would take ages. Don't worry, Carbon, we're not doing 5 laps. Ah dear. Great banter. practice race. Oh, it's cool that you can actually switch to endurance races now, because I don't think you could do that once you set up a lobby previously. Yeah, let's have cloudy. Why not? That and reverse grid, because that's interesting. Here we go. Be interesting to see if anyone's made any car changes. We've had a lot of people from that last race rage quit, because that's how the general public is, I guess. A few new people joining, including GRM Bandit, so the second non-European in the lobby after Sucker Proof. As Martin has joined, so he was in chat. Celebrating 2 years of peasantry. Yep, that's pretty much what the NES has been all about all along, and we love it that way. At least I do, but I'm the only person that matters in this world, so it's fine. Bat is making their way around the circuit, just getting to grips. Just gonna be practicing the first little section. Won't get a chance to do a full lap, but will certainly be able to get a little bit of practice in this first section. Corbin asking for 2 minutes. I'll give him 1.5 minutes because I am mean. Oh great, phone's been turned off, so can't read chat as Bat gets it wrong, and we've got to the green screen of death. Alright. Actually, we've got 7 viewers right now on stream, which is quite decent for my channel. Thanks for all tagging along. Majority you probably in the lobby, but nevertheless, thanks to all of you for tagging along here on the Nukeshot Motorsport YouTube channel. If you're enjoying the stream of random race commentary, be sure to leave like if you see fit. Completely up to you. I mentioned about car changes. Bet seeming to go for Toyota Supra on this occasion now. Bandit and Ghost Warrior chasing their way through the foxhole. Oh, looks like Ghost Warrior overcooks it. They're gonna slide. Luckily they ghosted, much like their name would suggest, and avoid collision with Bandit. So Bandit's gonna be the furthest around the circuit in their brand new Porsche 911 RSR, which they have recently been signed with the Porsche GT team ran by Felix. So he's using this as a fair bit of practice, so good for him. Of course, used to be Rebellion by Nukeshot driver, so under my care, quote unquote care, but of course left now. Fully support his decision on that. Ghost Warrior charging his way around. That Mercedes has been strong at the Nürburgring the past. We'll see how it goes. Although Porsche does have a better track record. You look at things like Mante Racing and such. Farron is here as well, so that's Bandit's teammate. Here's Nico Rosberg fan in another Mercedes AMG GT. Crazy John going for car which was Angel's last race, the RSL1. That's an interesting choice. He did use it in TSR GT300, which was several months ago. So he does have a bit of experience with the car. They see Bat in that Toyota Supra making their way around. R. Clark also in a Supra, this one very bright and blue. Car 22, that rhymed, but I'm not a rapper. Martin, oh, Misa Leica dies. Misa Leica cam hatch moi moi. It's a very nice livery you have there, Martin. Here you see Farron. See similar liveries to Bandit, because those two being teammates. Getting it a little bit wrong. They make their way heading towards the Flugplatz. Up and over the rise there. Used to be a bit more of a steep angle, I believe, because cars used to get airborne a lot easier. No longer the case due to safety. Dynamic carbon in a BMW M6, a car that he is very familiar with. He's being chased down by Picklesberg. Probably mispronounced that to save my life, but there they are in a Mercedes SLS AMG. And we have NASA, I believe that's pronounced, in a McLaren. Sucker-proof, they are in the pits in their BMW still. We'll be starting soon. So the next race about to get underway. So stay tuned for this. Indeed, is a very nice car. There, Felix in chat. So we're just waiting for Swablu, Virus and Farron to get back on track. And then hopefully we will be able to get things started. A lot of these guys have actually managed to make the majority of the lap around, if you look at that. So now it's just Virus and Swablu. Oh no, Clark as well. Clark on circuit. I'll just have to message Virus and Swablu. Yep. Yep, some cars have managed to get onto the Dottinger straight. There you see Bandit and Ghost Warrior behind him as well. I just realised with Felix in chat, he's gonna completely roast me for pronunciation on every single corner of the circuit. So, great. Yep, Bandit has a nice car as well. Carrots has joined, so I think we've got a full house here. Yep, 16 of 16. I'm giving enough notice to Swablu and Virus, I think, so just gonna be waiting for Carrots. Oh, and Clark's off circuit as well. Things are going very, very well at the moment. And yes, I figured I would have butchered things, but I'm not German, of course. I don't know how to pronounce anything to do with the Nürburgring. It is, yeah, we'll do 2 laps actually, to be fair. It is just the North Loop. RT, I assume that's retweet. Bat in the lobby chat, 743 laps. Now there's an idea. The Nürburgring 48-hour race. Okay, clearly Swablu and Virus aren't racing this one. It would seem so. Clark's rejoined. We'll just have to start without those two, I guess. Still 7 viewers on stream. One of them being me, of course. And yeah, my math is probably wrong. Let's be honest here. And Carbon, you're not getting my attention. Oh, bother, he has got my attention, hasn't he? Great. Let's start the race, shall we? This is going to be great banter. It really is. Can't beat a bit of the ring. Or was it you can't beat a bit of bully from Bullseye, the TV show from back in the day? Anyway, the race is about to get underway here at the Nürburgring. We have a reverse grid, which means that the ones that have recently joined the lobby will be at the front. Race winner Crazy John, all on his lonesome on the right side of the graphic there, in 13th. So we're about to get things underway. Martin will be lead us off, Farron alongside. False start is still on. Will anyone jump it? It's green, 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 and the cars are off. Wheel spin all round from these guys. It looks like Martin has commanded his way to retain first position. Everyone pretty much going single file at the moment. It seems to be relatively clean at the moment. We'll have to keep an eye on everything. Plenty of cars on circuit, all in around the same place. It apparently was some kind of incident involving sucker proof. We're gonna have to quickly check that, or apparently we can't. So sad times. Mine's still up there, and actually Farron has really dropped position. So Farron has dropped back to, where has he dropped back to? Crazy John moving up the order. Farron down in 12th. Oh, that's Carbon in the wall. Carbon getting it wrong in the top of Flugplatz. Ghost Warrior cutting a bit of the course, needs to give up the time gained. Side by side as they make their way through Schlendenkreuz. Felix is probably mocking me with that pronunciation again, but I don't care anymore. Leaders making their way through Orenburg, heading down towards the Foxhole. Pixelsberg seeming to do a good job in that older SLS compared to the newer machines behind him. He's holding up the 650S quite well of NASA. I believe this is Adenauer Forest, or Force, whatever. As there's a car gone off in the back. It's a public Porsche. It's Carrots, so they made a mistake. And Nico Rosberg fan putting the pressure on Martin up ahead. So that fantastic three-way scrap at the moment. Nico Rosberg fan going down the inside. There's contact between the two of them, and he manages to get it done. So Nico Rosberg fan up into the lead of this one. Martin needs to find his way back past and quickly. Although he's ran wide, Martin has ran wide. He's going to be in the way of the McLaren. He loses position to them, and our clock in the Toyota as well. Martin is getting things wrong left, right and centre at the moment. Bandit also with a bit of a slide McGee. Oh, massive contact. The McLaren's round of NASA. Look like another car is involved in that as well. Nico Rosberg fan starting to get away with it at the moment. It's the Mercedes 1 and 2 with the Toyota in third. Massive shuffle of the order. Martin's managed to find his way back up to fourth. Suckerproof is now in 7th. Currently watching Ghost Warrior as they make their way up towards one of the faster parts of the circuit. That's Crazy John going a bit wide. Martin off again. Bandit and Farron right next to each other on circuit. They are 7th and 8th respectively. Mine trying to find his way through, nearly making it 3 wide. Someone's gone off. That was the guy in 11th, I believe is Bet. There's absolute chaos throughout the order, but Nico Rosberg fan and Pixel Berg is continuing quite solidly. R-Clock as well. It's Ghost Warrior leading this group. CJ looking to go around the outside at the carousel, are they? Can they make that work? No, they can't. They're into the barrier. Oh no. They stick in 6th though. It looked like Farron was caught up a bit. Farron and Martin going side by side. Will Martin be able to make the move stick? No, he can't. And he's gone off. Martin off again. And into the barrier again. So many people have turned into Scots. And now they are on the downhill section of the circuit. Carrying a lot of speed, all about rhythm. They make their way through here. I say that, and Ghost Warrior has gone off. They're going to rejoin very close to Crazy John. 4th and 5th going at it. Crazy John trying to find his way through. Ghost Warrior succumbs to the pressure. So does Bat, and nearly Sucker Proof. Yellow flags up ahead. And thus, race leader Nico Rosberg fan, that went off. What happened to Nico here? Oh, he just clipped the gravel, then the grass, and then spun it. So that's promoted Pixelsberg up into 1st place of the Toyota Supra of R-Clock in 2nd. So the 2011 machinery proving to be the most consistent at the moment. Now CJ looking to find his way past Nico Rosberg fan. A bit further back he can see Bandit has found his way up into 6th. He's coming under a lot of pressure from Bat and NASA. Farron dropped back a little bit from that. It looks like... oh, Bandit's got off and spins it over the grass. If he wasn't Ghosted, he would have murdered his teammate. Rejoins behind Carbon, it seems. R-Clock has managed to gain quite a bit of time over Pixelsberg, and they are onto the straight. It's going to be a slipstream fest here. Will the Toyota be able to get ahead? And if so, will the Mercedes be able to counter? We know the SLS does have quite a lot of grunt in the straight line due to it being an older Group 3 machine. Relatively speaking, 2011 isn't particularly old, but in terms of Group 3 machines it certainly is. Will they be able to challenge? It looks like R-Clock might just about have it. They're making their way into the braking zone. Respectful driving there for a public lobby. I'd expect someone to go into someone else. It's looking like R-Clock has got this race sewn up, and it is indeed going to be another lap, because I forgot, of course, 2 laps. Never mind. Of course. Gonna be roasted for that one. So, Nico Rosberg fan not out of this yet. They're in 4th, chased by fellow Mercedes AMG GT driver Ghost Warrior. Crazy John up in 3rd at the moment. They'll be looking to gain a bit of time. They're 6.1 seconds behind the leader, approximately. Pixelsberg is starting to lose out quite a bit of time to R-Clock. Gap 3.1 seconds. A bit further back, Bat and Suckerproof getting a bit close. Bandit and Martin also a bit close on track, so Martin might be wanting to decisive move sooner or later. He's 9 seconds up, which, even though it is only lap 2, and Sucker has gone into the wall. You're gonna have to see what happened to him at the top of Flu Plux. The car isn't loaded. It seemed to be a bit of a lag fest. His livery's changed and all. And he spins it. Now he seems to have left the race because we've gone to R-Clock. So the car's making their way down to the foxhole. Or through the foxhole, I should say. And the compression there, you can see the sparks being thrown up by the cars as the suspension is compressed. Bandit looking to see if he can catch up to the Toyota up ahead. Porsche and Toyota, very familiar rivalry, although different category. Carrots with a penalty, and Martin is behind them, so Martin must have messed up or something, lost a fair bit of time, because he was behind Bandit before. NASA hasn't had the cleanest of races either, they're down in 10th at this stage of the race. Pixelsberg pretty much by himself, as is Nico Rosberg fan. Closest scrap at the moment is probably around Carrots and Martin, this sort of area. Everyone pretty much evenly spread of around 3 or 4 car lengths between each other. As Carrots goes into the barrier, doesn't lose any real time, but they might pick the penalty from that, like more so than they already have. Apparently not. Suckproof has left the lobby. It's now Porsche on Porsche, as Carrots loses the back end of the mid-engine car and loses positions as well, so they're down into 10th. Martin back up to 8th, and punted a bit by the McLaren, doesn't go off, so perhaps just a little bit early on the brakes from Martin, difficult to tell. Martin now back behind Bandit, which is where they were earlier in the race. Will have quite a lot of slipstream as they go through this section, but it's so easy to go off as they see putting wheels on the grass. They are not trying to go 3 wide here, they are 3 wide here, and of course NASA gets pushed off because it's simply not 3 car widths of tarmac. And now Carrots has benefited from that. Carrots is up to 8th. And now it's a 5-way scrap as Carrots goes into Martin. Carrots goes round, Martin loses positions, Martin down to 9th. Making their way up towards the carousel. Here you see everyone doing a very good job keeping on the concrete. NASA seems to have a very solid exit in that McLaren. They're looking around the outside, it'll change to the inside line.com. This next corner here, you can see it. And Martin has gone off, it seems, of his own accord in the back. And Bandit loses position to NASA after that, had that very good exit from the carousel and continued that move up through the next section. Now at the highest point of the circuit, I believe it's all downhill from here, lads. Literally. There you can see the gap between R-Clock and Pixelsberg, and Crazy John as well. So they're starting to come down as we approach the actual climax of the race this time. Felix saying that Carrots is indeed into the barrier, confirmed. We'll have to get that checked with Scott, see if it is his second account or something along those lines. Ghost Warrior finds himself in 5th at the moment. He is coming under pressure from NASA, who we saw make that pass on Bandit earlier on. Look at this, 5 cars all fighting for position. Martin again runs wide into a gravel trap. They managed to stick with the group. Carbon's getting involved with this as well. Ghost Warrior, the head of this group. Here you see it, and Martin again. Bit of rallycross from the Dutchman. Carbon at the back of this train in 10th, looking to see if he can benefit. Martin's with a 0.5 penalty, so is NASA. Making their way through the mini carousel. And going up to the Dottinger Haar, and will be a slipstream fest between these guys for certain. I'm expecting to see 4 wide here, lads, so don't disappoint. We should probably cut back to scrap at the front at the moment. There you see R. Clark with quite a comfortable gap. It seems that they're going to be pretty much unchallenged if they can keep it together. But here we see it on the straight 3 wide. Plenty of slipstream, 2 trains have formed. And there you see our clock is indeed the winner. Pixelsberg second. Crazy John slides his way around, doesn't quite cross the line, but will take third. And the mayhem of the final section, Martin goes off, as he has been making a bit of a running theme, and somehow Bat it manages to claim fifth from Ghost Warrior, who had it for so long. Ghost Warrior finishes sixth, Carbon seventh, Nasa eighth, Farron ninth. Something happened to Bandit. It just came to a pretty much dead stop at one point. Here are your final results then of the race. Podium, Arclock, Pixelsberg and Crazy John. Here is your winner. Arclock raises positions by 4. Congratulations to them. There probably was a secret third lap, it's just the game forgot about it as well as I did. That was quite a race. Let's have another track vote then, shall we? It's gonna be juicy. 2 votes for Dragon Trail Seaside, straight out of the box. Pixelsberg has decided to vote to leave the lobby. Was it that effective as a rally car then, Martin? As somehow it is actually Blue Moon Bay Speedway that gets voted for. Fair enough then. This is going to be interesting to see. So BOP should be set to the oval configuration for the Group 3 cars. If you remember, they do all have an oval configuration. I think they all run around 800 horsepower. I'll quickly check that. Oh yeah, look, I think they're all just standardized, because 100 and 791 horsepower, that's odd. But it does say balance of performance for oval, so that's a thing. Boss, can we have a NASCAR please? Now we'll have reverse grid still, I think. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Is it set to fastest first? Oh great, oh it was, okay. Fair enough. Reverse grid. Yeah, thanks for telling me about that, Felix. Yeah, we're not doing quali. I have it set up so it's practice. Yeah, there's no qualifying set. This is going to probably be the most banterous race of them all yet. just say starting soon. Who are we waiting for? Is that a pink pig Porsche? I'll just check that. Okay, no, it's a color tab, it threw me off. Mine is Screaming Wake, of course he is. And yes, Mustang, it's a very weird car to have for oval racing. Oh, Virus has finally returned, so that's good. Oh, no, they've left track again. Farron, Taz, and Swablu. Let's check. Oh, that's working. So let's see what everyone's got anyway. So Bandit, currently fastest, although it means nothing, with their Ford Mustang. Should be a car suited to this sort of thing. They see Bat, they're in their, yep, Subaru. Good Smile Racing Subaru at that. R-Clark sticking with their winning Toyota. Oh, we have CJ in an Alfa Romeo. That's an interesting choice for the Mad Greek. And Ghost Warrior, they're in a Porsche. Wake also in a Porsche. It seems to be a TSR variant on the classic 911 RSR livery that they had there. Ghost Warrior, they are there. Oh, everyone's switching positions and stuff. You see Taz in a Ferrari, Carbon in a Ferrari, Farron in a Porsche. So plenty of Porsches to keep Felix amused. Nico Rosberg fan still in a Mercedes. Martin in a Cam Hatch Riva Racing Ferrari there. I believe the one that yeah, it's got the number boards and everything. That was the one he used in NES Season 4 at the final race at La Sarthe. So nice to see that make a return on track. Is everyone finally on circuit? I think Swablu's just dead. I think Swablu's just joined the lobby and has died. I'm gonna start a race. Okay, the final here at the bluest of moon bays. We have a Subaru on pole with Porsche lining up alongside his Virus pole, Wake lining up alongside, Carrot's third, Mine fourth, Bandit fifth, Farron sixth, Nasa seventh, Dynamic Carbon in eighth. What a camera shot that is, game. So we're watching Virus at the moment. False start is still on, grid start here. Try to go green. And it is indeed green, green, green. The cars are off. And I am no longer Apple, but they're 3 wide. Carrot's down the inside, so it's Porsche's sandwiching a Subaru at the moment as they go into turn 1. Plenty of banter already in turn 1. Oh! Unbelievable, see that's mine round those getting completely ruined as well in that Subaru. Wake has somehow managed to find himself up into the lead of this one. They see 2 wide as they make their way through turn 2, probably 3 wide, nearly 4 wide. A bit further back, watching Bandit. You see an absolute swarm of Group 3 cars as they make their way around to complete the first lap of 15. The Mustang trying to use the slipstream. Can't quite get it to work on that occasion. There's more madness going on behind. It looks like someone's been put in the wall. That was Carrots, I believe, so they're down into 11th. Some cars stopped quite a bit further back for some reason. They see that again, and Carbon and Mine getting involved as well. So they're really off the back of the moment, but hopefully the boost effect will start playing a little bit into their favour. Wake still managing to hold on to first place at the moment in that Porsche. As fastest lap currently held by Crazy John at 43.110. Crazy John moves up into third as there is more mayhem going through turn 1. There you see it. Has been swamped by the Porsche of Farron on the outside line.com. Looks like Ghost Warrior trying to follow him around as well. Can't quite get it to work. The banking here at Blue Moon Bay not quite enough in order to make moves around the outside work for the majority of times. They're 3 wide a bit further back. Bandit down in 10th at the moment. He's slipstreaming off of Farron. So the two teammates in the NES now working together a bit. Carrots gets nudged a little bit wide. Then wide again by Ghost Warrior there. As they are indeed going 4 wide into turn 2. As there's contact between R-Clock and Bandit, so they go around. Carbon promoted up to 10th from that. Martin still somehow managing to hold on at this particular stage. Who knew the Porsche 911 was so good at NASCAR? Virus having a charge. They're looking to the inside. They're probably going to have a bit of a run heading up towards turn 2, see if they can do anything. A bit further back, it looks like those Nico Rosberg Fang making a move. Virus can't quite find his way past at this stage. Again, more chaos further back. Carbon's making his way up the order. He's in 7th at the moment. Make that 6th. As Taz loses positions. Carrots now up and then down again. A few cars making their way onto the apron. Swablu is finally back after an eternity, going through turn 1 again. Wake still holds the lead at this point, although it's Bat who has fastest lap. That's a 39.9. Though keep in mind that the boost effect will be playing its part, and that some cars get shoved into the wall there. Looks like Ghost Warrior was one of them. So we've really got 2 different packs going on right now. The lead pack led by Wake, and then this pack which seems to be led by Nico Rosberg Fan at this point. Yep. Again, just going onto the apron a little bit. Mine trying to go around the inside! What on earth was Mine trying to do there? Let's see if we can have a replay of this. What on earth was this from Martin? Was he looking to go down the inside in the Ferrari and then just pile drives into the side of Carbon? Loses a position to Bet in the process as well, as it looks like Virus has managed to nearly get up alongside for the lead. Crazy John in this lead scrap as well. They're in 3rd. Looks like Nace has dropped back a little bit from these top 3. Down the inside, Virus goes. Will he be able to make it stick on this occasion? Not quite. Now the Porsche isn't necessarily the fastest with circuit spec BOP on the straight, but of course this is quite different with oval spec BOP. Something that I know very little about. As Wake loses out. So Wake drops a couple of positions, and that's actually promoted Crazy John up into the lead. So Virus can't quite get the lead on this occasion. Although look at this, Wake manages to get back up, and that's allowing Nasa to get up there as well. So Wake still holding on to the lead somehow. Crazy John getting a bit of a run in that Alfa Romeo. Virus looking for the high line. It looks like it hasn't worked. It looks like CJ on the InsideLine.com is managing to get up into second from that. As here you see the cluster of insanity that is the second pack, currently led by Tez and Herrit, who's on the inside. Here you see again 4 wide heading into turn 1, the tightest part of the circuit, and there's major collision between Carrots and Carbon, both of them sent into the wall. Looked like might have been a green Ferrari involved in that as well. That might have been Tez. As the lead scrap continues to unfold, a little bit of onion barges as they make their way on the exit of turn 2. Someone's had a bit of a moment back there. That was Carrots, I believe, in the purple Porsche. Yep. The lead scrap certainly still alive. These 4 are more than likely going to be the ones challenging for this from the end of the race. Crazy John, currently the pack leader. Wake has been looking strong throughout this. Onion barges again. Wake yet again managing to keep everyone behind him, but just to muscle his way back up into that first place. He's certainly been in first the longest of anyone in this particular scrap. Here we see the absolute madness that is the trailing pack. It looks like that has managed to get a little bit of a gap over some of the others who are behind. So they're leading the second pack at the moment. We see Carbon, Rosberg and Farron pretty much nose to tail. They head up through. Rosberg looking for a bit of a dive bomb. Martin going for a bit of a wall ride tactic. Proper Gran Turismo old school style. Anyone would think it was Costa D'Amalfi. Carbon making a bit of contact with Farron, I believe that was. The yellow flags up ahead as there's been some kind of incident. We'll have to check to see what it was. Was it something with the lead group? Oh yeah, NASA sending Wake into a spin, and that's Wake completely taken out. That was the cause of it then. So Wake, who has been leading the race the most throughout this one, has been dumped. And now it's a 3-way scrap for the lead with 3 laps to go, 2.5 to go really. 3 wide as they make their way towards turn 2. Crazy John in a bit of a sandwich. Further back, Martin and Bet are challenging for the lead of this group, and that was Wake again going completely sideways. They seem to have lost it now. Unfortunate to see. So Bet now leading this group. Now the position is 4th rather than 5th because of Wake dropping down after the contact. On the second to last lap here, we're gonna probably see if we can stick with this lead scrap. It's now a battle of the top 2. So Virus and NASA are the ones that are remaining in this lead group quite comfortably, as CJ appears to be texting or something. He's dropped back into the second pack, so whoever wins the second pack is going to be the final step of the podium. NASA goes to the outside line. Can't quite get it done at turn 1, looking for a bit of a cutback. Trying to get that momentum going in the McLaren. Seems to have worked. NASA is up into the lead. 2 corners to go. Round they go. It looks like Nathan's doing a good job defending. Virus is going to try the inside through the last corner. He's through. Virus is through. It's going to be a drag race down to the line. They're side by side. The checkered flag's out. Who's going to get it? It's going to be NASA by 0.02 of a second. And somehow it's going to be Bat taking home 3rd on the podium. Carbon 4th. Bandit 5th. Ghost Warrior 6th, Nico Rosberg fan 7th. Wake, who was leading the race the most throughout that, has to settle for 8th which is unfortunate to see. But congratulations there to NASA. That was quite a hectic race. And yeah, your prediction wasn't wrong, Felix. It was a European, that one. Although he was counting out Bandit in that, so that's sad. Poor Bandit. We have an F in chat for Bandit. I've got time for one more race, and then I've got a bit of TSR duties to do, or to prep for. After that, we'll see what gets voted for. Some more people voting for Blue Moon Bay Speedway again. Red Bull Ring, bit Dragon Trail in there. I think there's 3 votes for Blue Moon Bay Speedway again. The vote result in the track staying the same. So, due to time constraints, I'm going to have to shorten to 10 laps. If it's what was voted for, then fair enough, I guess. I won't have time for 20 laps, unfortunately. Actually, I'll set it back to 15. I should have time for 15. How many viewers do we have on stream at the moment? Let's see. 8. So we've gone up by 1. Ah, fantastic. Well, nice to see you guys tagging along. TSR Ryan in chat. More like TSR Kimmy, but alright. Oh, Ripperoni Farron. You know what I was getting on with. Imagine if Kimi Raikkonen did join TSR, that would be insane. I mean, it's a bit like how Mick Schumacher has joined Nukeshot, but no one talks about that. As I'm standing all over my Hot Wheels collection. Ow. It's not as bad as Lego bricks, which I also own, but it still hurts. Just waiting for CJ and mine. But yeah, nice that you are joining us on the stream. Just one race to go, and then I've got to start prepping myself for the TSR Tuesday / NES Newsday GD86 Cup race thing, which is going to be another thing that's going to be on Half the Race Gun. So be sure post-stream to subscribe to them lot as well as here to make sure that you get to catch up with that action as well. CJ is taking forever. Why is I not surprised? Boss, can I have a start, please? And yeah, it's fine, you know, life commitments and stuff. Am I gonna have to start without CJ? He's had plenty of time. I'll tell him that. Just need to check, make sure. Yeah, okay. Okay, so final rest of the day. Brunids isn't using ABS. That's an interesting tactic. Doing it proper NASCAR style. Alright. Here we are again. Blue Moon Base Speedway. We have a Toyota FT1 on pole driven by Brunids with a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. So that's TSR Ryan who was in the chat. So he's racing here. Swablu 3rd, Martin 4th, Wake 5th, so lots of familiar names at the top 5. Rosberg 6th, Ghost Warrior 7th, Bandit 8th. We're about to get racing here at Blue Moon Base Speedway. False start on, green, 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 and the cars are off. It looks like TSR Ryan has a really good start, really good launch in that Mitsubishi. Anyone would think it was 4-wheel drive, but no. Making their way towards turn 1, it looks like Wake is going 3 wide with Brunids and Swablu. Wake gets thrown out to the inside line. Sparks being thrown up as well. It looks like Martin and Wake using same team liveries. Oh, nice to see that. Bit of camaraderie between the two guys. Let's see if they can work together and see if they can secure a 1-2. And a bit further back, we can see some more scraps. Carbon trying to fight out with Nico Rosberg fan. As they're 3 wide again. Mesa, winner last race, fighting with 2nd place Virus. So of course with the reverse grid they'd be starting at the back, so they're making a position. Bandit, they see in Toyota Supra. Someone else has gone wall riding. TSR Ryan with a little bit of a gap, but Brunids in the slipstream will be able to catch back up. And indeed, there you see it. Brunids looking to the insideline.com for everything NES. Can't quite get the momentum in that FT1. It's very good for aerodynamics, but perhaps that might be hindering them on the straights, as they are 4 wide going into turn 2. Turn 1 rather, I can't count. Oh, and that's at the back, that was Mesa getting a bit sideways and into another car. They're currently 9th. Brunids now up into the lead of this one, lead of pack. Pretty much everyone staying with the pack at the moment, apart from one other car is trailing behind. That would be Ghost Warrior in the Dodge. So they've got a little bit of work to do, but no doubt they'll be able to catch back up when these guys are scrapping it out. Ryan managing to stick with it for now. As Joe the Fly joins the lobby, but it's a bit late because this is the last race. Apologies to him if he is watching this. As now that Wake is starting to get involved with this scrap, it's now a three-way. And he's looking to the outside line. Oh, Carbon! What on earth is Carbon doing? And that's murdered Swablu. It's absolute mayhem out of turn 3. Let's see if we can get a replay of what happened here, lads. See it from Swablu's perspective. So here they are, they're about to go into turn 3. Oh dear, and then collecting one of the TSR Porsches. That is complete shenanigans. That's dropped Swablu down to last. TSR Ryan now battling with Carbon for the lead. Nico Rosberg fan getting in that scrap as well. So Carbon battling it out with the TSR All-Star. As they're probably 5 wide through that. I just realised that's the BMW Supra that Bandit's driving. Great stuff. Well, here you see from a different perspective the kind of scrapping that's going off. There's one of the Porsches that's going a little bit awry, or awry, whatever terminology. I can't speak today. When can I ever speak? Why are we watching a replay? I don't know. TSR Ryan still managing to keep a bit of a gap. Rosberg looking to the inside of Carbon. There's contact between the Mercedes and Ferrari. And the Mercedes comes out on top. Why is that not a surprise to me at all? And now Carbon scrapping it out with last race winner Nasa. So Nasa's done a really good job and managed to get up into podiums again. Carbon into the barrier. Oh no. He's still managing to hold on to 5th at this particular stage. Bandit coming into play as well in that Supra. Very majestic grille on the front of that car. The Radish approves. 3 wide again into turn 1. You know, sometimes I wish that I was actually racing in these because they're hilarious banter, but it's great to watch as well. 3 wide here, you see it. Between Ghost Warrior, Martin and Virus. Swablu trying to make it 4 wide around the outside. Oh! Swablu very nearly careering into them. In fact, they do so, and the chain reaction sends Martin into the wall. Swablu up into 8th. Oh, Virus collision with Ghost Warrior. This Ghost Warrior, who was off the back of the pack for quite a while early on, they have found their way back up the order. They're in 9th at the moment, 3 wide again, going into turn 1. Martin using the Gran Turismo 3 wall ride tactic again. Great stuff, great banter. Bandit and Wake, bit of a drag race between the Toyota and Porsche. Martin in there as well. Swablu trying to see what he can do in the GTR. Unbelievable scenes as they make their way through the final corner. About to go on to lap 10. Someone's gone round. Who's that? Is that... As Rosberg actually takes the lead from Nasa, you're going to see it was Virus. So what on earth happened here to Virus? Oh, it looked like just collision, result of 2 cars, and span it round. Lucky that he was facing the right way at the end of that. Rosberg now leading this one from back, so last time race winner Nasa has fallen back a little bit. They're really falling down the order. They're down in 6th. As literally anyone at this point could win this race. They are all in the lead scrap with 5 laps to go here at Blooming Bay International Speedway. Rosberg looking the best at the moment, though. They're still currently in the lead. As Bandit goes down the inside and Wake gets taken out. So Wake is round. Wake has been removed from the battle. He's been ejected. As Bat now takes the lead of the race from Martin, and then Rosberg has dropped to third. Carbon's still in the scrap as well in that Ferrari. Ryan, who was leading the early part of the race as well, he's coming back into this in that Mitsubishi with a Subaru livery, because of course. So we've got Mitsubishi with a Subaru livery, we've got a Toyota with a BMW front grille. We've got everything here today on Random Race Commentary. As they get put into the wall, it seemed. As there's smoke in the back as well. Who's that? Unbelievable scenes. That looks like it's Bat. So Bat, who was leading a lap ago, out of this one. Wait, starting to get back onto the back of the pack again. Ryan back where they were at the early part of the race, 3/10 gap. And they're looking the best of anyone at the moment. They still have 3 laps to go. And Martin will be doing his best in order to take that position from him. Carbon as well, having to defend a bit from Rosberg. Rosberg sticking behind for now. As Carbon gets put into the wall, loses a lot of speed, and now is being swamped left, right and centre by everyone. He's dropped down to 7th from that. I think there's another car that's falling down the order a little bit. Not sure who. But Wake is now on the back of that pack as well. Brunids, who was looking good earlier on in the race, they're in the top 3 scrap. As Carbon gets put into the wall again. So Carbon demoted to 11th after being in that lead scrap. Martin is now race leader meanwhile, so he's managed to get it done. He's using the Gran Turismo 3 wall ride to full effect there, you see. We have video evidence. Wall hacks. And it's still not proven to be an advantage for him. Actually, was that a bit of a bump draft from TSR Ryan? Are the TSR lads working together here? Surely not. Conspiracy theories. Get your tinfoil caps out. We've got one last lap of racing here at Blue Moon Bay International Speedway. It is Martin who comes across the line, registered as first as they go on to the final lap. 1.5 tenths separating them from TSR Ryan. Nico Rosberg currently third. Swablu has managed to find their way up into 4th by this point. So Swablu could potentially find themselves on the podium here. Martin and Ryan still going at it. It looks like Ryan's finally making their move. Can't quite get it done. They're looking to the inside this time. And Ryan does indeed get it done. They're trying to break the slipstream. Will Martin be able to get it on the line? It looks like it's TSR Ryan who takes the win. Martin's second. Fantastic tactical battle between those two. Ryan timing that pass to perfection. And Nico Rosberg fan in the end does take third in the Mercedes AMG GT. But congratulations to TSR Ryan. That was fantastic to watch. The bump drafting, just take himself away from the rest of the pack, and then setting up that move to perfection. That was fantastic to see. So that is pretty much going to conclude this episode of Random Race Commentary, the NES 2-year anniversary special. In the end, there was nothing particularly special about the episode. It's just the normal great banter that we had. Dear, great banter. It really was. TSR officially the bestest. I mean, 1 and 2, it's difficult to argue with that in this particular instance. Be sure to subscribe if new, like the stream if you've enjoyed, all that good stuff. Of course, completely optional. I will be broadcasting relatively shortly on Half the Race Gone, so be sure to head over there as well. Dirt and DK not around to do that himself, he's busy in Spain, so I am going to be broadcasting that. But I hope that you've all enjoyed the great banter that we normally have here on the channel. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but I hope that it was enjoyable. I've certainly enjoyed it myself. And yeah, until next time, I have been Zokeo of Nukeshot Motorsport, and I hope to see you around. Till then, bye.